Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a sinner. Hope we're doing well. And today, oh my God, Rian Johnson's trilogy is axed. How many times have we heard this already? And once again, we have another source here saying, breaking news, Rian Johnson will no longer direct any Star Wars film. Now, honestly, I still believe this to be true. However, I will not believe any source until it comes directly from Disney itself, which probably won't happen until a long time from now, because one, Rian Johnson will continue to try and tease the fans by saying, oh yeah, I still got my trilogy and I got all these plans. And two, because Disney's already in enough hot water, because you got it, I'm covering the story that everyone else is covering, because in all honesty, I think it just makes Disney look like the asses that they really are. And that is that the former Disney accountant, Sandra Cuba, is claiming the company has inflated their revenue by billions, that they've cooked their books, and she has actually filed an official SEC complaint. So this is not just someone claiming it in a newspaper. This is not just someone saying, hey, this is what I think happened. No, this is an official complaint being filed against Disney for inflating their books by billions of dollars. Now, the first thing that I think of is, why in the hell would Disney need to do this? Like, in a realistic sense. They're already making crap tons of money from really bad films. I mean, BoxOfficeMojo.com shows us clearly the top 5, 6 even high-grossing films of this year, including, and again, I include Spider-Man there because of the fact that it is indeed in conjunction with Disney, not just a completely Sony product. But the fact that that is going on, they're making so much money on crap films. They're making so much money in all these different ways. And obviously they're losing money in certain areas too, like, for example, their theme park and, of course, also with Solo Star Wars Story. But they're making so much more money than anything else. I mean, go ahead and just look to the revenue alone of Avengers Endgame, which made over $2.7 billion. And, of course, out of raw revenue, out of raw, actual money they made, it was probably closer to the $1 billion mark in actual raw profit. But still, that's a crap ton of money. That's a crap ton of profit to make off of a film. And they're really the only studio in town right now that is consistently making lots of money on their films. I talked about this on the stream the other day. So why would they actually need to? Well, for them, it's probably because they want to look like they are worth more than what they actually are. And what does that help them in? That's right, the stock market. And they all care about how much they seem to be worth according to the public, according to the stock exchange. And now we have this coming out. And honestly, I'm happy that's coming out. Honestly, I really hope that this is true, because Disney really needs to be taken down a peg, and it's about time that someone calls them out. So thank God that, of all things, a woman, of all things, are you saying that women are things? No, I just think it's ironic here that they're trying to feminize so many of their properties that they bought specifically because they did not do well in the male demographic. But now all of a sudden they decided, you know what these male-centered properties need? And you know what these properties that do mostly well among male audiences need? We need it to be more feminine. We need it to be more open to the female audience, and that's what's going to fix everything. Oh, au contraire, you are already in crap tons of trouble, and I hope that you get taken down a notch. So former Disney accountant Sandra Cuba, who worked for the Walt Disney Company for 18 years, so this is not just a short time period, claims Disney was inflating revenue by billions of dollars in their parks and resorts business. Now that is to me fascinating, because I figured that their parks and resorts were already doing pretty well, seeing that Disney World alone brings in crap tons of people. It's always so freaking packed anytime that you go during, a hot time during the year. And by hot, of course, I mean just busy time of the year. But also they're charging you well over $100 a day in certain instances. So how is it that they would ever need to inflate their numbers when they're already making bank? Interesting question. And of course, it all goes down to them having to try and make their image look that much better, because it's probably easier for them to cook the books there than it is for them to cook the books in their movies, which honestly, I think at this point is going to be probably the main reason why they're pushing for all this. Disney spokesperson described Cuba's claims as utterly without merit. Utterly without merit. So she's making an official SEC file claim. So if it's completely without merit, then she's, I guess, going to be in some trouble. Mario Watch, who claims they've reviewed Cuba's whistleblower filings with the FCC, detail a number of the ways Cuba claims Disney was inflating revenue by billions of dollars. One of the main ways Disney employees were reportedly inflating revenue was by including free guest promotions and complimentary golf as revenue. Cuba also reportedly claims Disney was manipulating gift card revenue revenues. Instead of recording discounted gift cards that guests only paid $395 for, they would be recorded at the face value of $500. She also indicates that Disney employees would record gift card revenue twice. It would be recorded not only when guests purchased the gift card, but also when it was purchased, when it was used to purchase items. In fact, much like the free guest promotions, if Disney gave a guest a gift card for free, it would be counted as revenue. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't get it charged twice, right? You don't count it twice. Man, oh man, oh man. Kuba told MarketWatch that she brought up the discrepancies in the revenue to management in 2013. However, she claims she did not receive a response. In 2016, she would escalate her claims to a senior executive. This time, she would be contacted by Disney's corporate audit group in November, but they never followed up after that because why would they? They're a giant Disney company. Why in the hell would they do that? Because no one's going to listen to her. No one's going to listen to a lonely accountant, right? No one's going to actually look into Disney's filings and look into their claims. Au contraire, as I've previously said, it looks like this is indeed what is the case. After filing her SEC complaint in 2017, Kuba indicates she was fired a month later. Yeah, that could be a huge problem. After filing an SEC complaint, her getting fired, oh boy. She would go on file to a whistleblower retaliation complaint with the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration in October 2017. MarketWatch reports that Disney explained she was terminated because she displayed a pattern of workplace complaints against coworkers without a reasonable basis for doing so, in a manner she was inappropriate, disruptive, and in bad faith. In a separate filing, Kuba indicates Disney was also manipulating sales tax classifications. Disney employees were allegedly changing high sales tax items to low tax items in order to reduce their sales tax liabilities in Florida, California, and Hawaii. Well, I can understand why you would want to do that in California and Hawaii because those states are blue states, and oh my gosh, you can't get political. Really? Then why is it that most of the time those states tend to have higher taxes, right? I could only wonder why. But it's interesting that they would actually do the same thing in Florida when they already probably get tax breaks from the Florida government. Disney spokesperson refuted the most recent claim as well. The claims presented to us by the former employee who was terminated for cause in 2017 has been thoroughly reviewed by the company and found to be utterly without merit. In fact, in 2018, she withdrew the claim she had filed, challenging her termination. We're not going to dignify her unsubstantiated assertions with firmer comment. Well, you kind of need to, man. You kind of need to, Disney, because you're really not looking all that great right now. As I mentioned before, I think that it looks kind of bad that you've pretty much taken complete ownership of the foreign market and basically have shut out any and all competition. I think that there's easily, just on that alone, enough for there to be at least an indication and an investigation into blatant antitrust, violations. That being said, now you've got this coming out. Now it's very public. You've got countless numbers of YouTube channels and other people on the internet, and of course in the news media covering the story as well. You kind of need to be able to have an actual defense. You can't just say they're without merit. They're without merit, and okay, we're just not gonna listen to it at all. We're just not gonna, give it a response. Well, you kind of need to. You're living in a world now where everything is online. You're living in a world now where everyone now knows this. Everyone is now aware of it. And it easily could affect your stock pricing. It could easily affect what people have the public view of you for. And I think that at this point in time, this crucial point in time when you're about to launch your own streaming service, you kind of need to make sure everything is going well and that you're not going to end up getting pie on your face, or egg on your face, as some would say. But I like to say pie because EVS loves pie, and I think it's important for us to give pie some love too. But anyway, what are y'all's thoughts about this? I think that there might be some truth to this because obviously Disney is an evil and corrupt company, which I firmly actually honestly believe with just all of their other actions and everything that they've really been doing, especially, again, when it comes to shutting down other movies in this way. But also, too, I think that there could be a case to be made that this woman maybe doesn't have anything. I think that the fact that she's filing an SEC claim, though, definitely gives, to me, a little bit more credence to her claims, because why would you file a claim and file a false claim when you could be caught filing a false claim? So it sounds like, to me, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Where that middle ground is, I honestly am not exactly sure, but I think it is important for us to also, kind of give the benefit of doubt here, because, as I say, a former SEC attorney Jordan A. Thomas told MarketWatch that the SEC appears to be taking Kuba's allegations very seriously. The SEC receives more than 25,000 tips, complaints, and referrals each year, and the vast majority do not make it this far. The fact that the SEC has asked for more information more than once and conducted interviews suggests an inquiry is underway, and I think that is a huge indication that there might be something more to this, that obviously it is not just, oh my gosh, it's not worth our time. Well, if it's not worth your time, then why is it that this is indeed the case, that this is going further than many other tend to actually go? Again, that does not necessarily mean that y'all are guilty, but I definitely do think that at the very least, it's worthy of a response, and a continuous response, because at the end of the day, I think that you guys need to, step up. But anyway, what are y'all thoughts about this? Also, Rian Johnson, oh my God, his trilogy's gone again. I'm tired of these stories, to be honest with you. And again, I love bounding into comics, but I'm so tired of these rumors. Seriously, until I get an official word from Rian Johnson or a word from Disney, I don't really want to hear this anymore, because everything has been, oh my God, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. And then we were even given dates. There were some bigger channels that were saying, oh, he will be gone by this date, or Kathleen Kennedy will be gone by this date. And those things just never materialized, meaning their sources just didn't come through. So I'm kind of done with it. But this is a lot more interesting, because this is actually public. This is actually for people to see. This is actually something to, I think, worthy of talking about, because anything that's going to make Disney look bad, in my opinion, because Disney sucks, they really, really suck, I think is overall a good thing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about all these things in the comments below. Also, guys, if you like this video, smash that like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.